all across the country. 1 million people will fill the 100 grandstands to watch, and thousands will compete. In Alexandria, Minnesota, they now have a race named for the inventor. And that trophy, the Hetteen Cup, is the top prize in all of snowmobiling.
The Hetteen Cup, it's a race that is based on a number of points, and any driver can win it.
What's it all mean? Well, it shows who's got the best sleds and who's the best drivers.
In 1976, you did not have to look far for the best drivers. They all came from the same team. They dominated professional snowmobile racing like Ferrari dominated Grand Prix. They wore the colors of Arctic Cat, and their names became known to all race fans. Dave Thompson, injured at Eagle River but now ready for his best year. Bob Elsner, the newest team member, he would be runner-up for Driver of the Year. And Larry Colton, 1976 Snow Pro Driver of the Year.
I haven't won a big race in my life, really, since I have won the Arthur Cup. That was many, many years ago, but I didn't consider that big at that time. And I haven't won any major race since then. I've won a lot of races, but I've always been foiled on the big one. And I've really been looking forward to this one.
Is it because it's the Hetteen Cup? Does that make any difference?
It makes a difference, yes, because Edgar is our guy back home. Not only that, you know, he's kind of the father of everything. Plus, there's a lot of money in my pocket, too.
The Hetteen Cup goes to the driver who can accumulate the most points in 3 races, using 3 different size machines. The 250, 340, and 440.
44.9.
At this level of competition, all of these drivers are exceptions. If they were not the best, they would not be here. This is Snow Pro, professional snowmobile racing. No man here backs down in the corners or lets up in the straight. They give no quarter, and they honor only performance. Yet when Larry Colton slides to the starting line, throats become a little tighter, the crowd a little more expectant, the drive is more tense, everything's more exciting. Such is the ability of champions. Colton and Dave Thompson arrive at the first corner together and come out with Thompson in the lead. Side by side, the 2 men charge down the straightaway and pull quickly ahead of the rest of the field. Thompson is a teammate and a friend, but to Larry that means very little now. Thompson is the opposition, the man between Larry and the checkered flag. And unless he can find a little extra throttle, the big race may get away again. Down the straights and through the corners, the 2 drivers continue their duel. Then with the rest of the field strung out behind them and only a half a lap to go, Larry sees his opening. Larry Colton draws first blood in the 3-race competition. The 340 class is next, and that is considered Larry's strongest. Right now it looks as though nothing stands between Colton and his goal.
Once again, if you would please back up where
The drivers are called for the 340 class. A win here and Larry will carry the Hetteen Cup home. But those thoughts must be driven from his mind. He must concentrate on this race, not what has already happened, not the prize, but this race and only this race. Larry has been here 100 times before. He knows the routine. He knows his machine. He has set it up for this track. The clutching is right, the gearing is right. The track is smooth and fast. Everything is familiar and known. The flagman, the crowd, the other drivers, nothing warns of disaster. There is no voice to say, watch out. The flag drops and Larry charges confidently to the corner. Be the first in, be the first out. Get in the lead, that's the way it's supposed to be, but suddenly it's wrong. It's all wrong. Larry is not first. Larry Colum is third and losing ground. Around the track we go and the nightmare builds. The machine has not been set up right. It's not fully. Larry slips farther back into the pack. In a blur of machines and flying snow, a dream is being lost. No amount of driving skill and desire can seem to hold it. Finally, it's over. Larry heads back into the pits. What seemed so sure a moment ago now seems so remote. Sitting in the pits waiting for the 440 class, Larry knows he has blown it. Right now he gives himself little chance to win, and that's what it will take to get the points necessary for the cup. While teammates and supporters come around to discuss strategy and make suggestions, Larry slips off into his own world. He must now question his own judgment. If the 340 was set up incorrectly, maybe the 440 is too. Doubts cloud his mind. The need to win and the fear of failure churn within him. What to do? He decides to trust his judgment and his machine. This is not a time to panic. He's going to leave the 440 the way it is. If he is right, he wins. If he is wrong, but if you don't have confidence in your own judgment, you don't belong on this track. And now it is time again to race. Larry has decided to extend his gamble. He thinks he can anticipate the flagman and get a split-second jump on the rest of the field. If he guesses wrong, he could be disqualified, but there is no prize for caution. The crowd seems to join the conspiracy, straining with Larry. They know his style. If he takes the lead, he won't be caught. And there it is, Larry bursting free from the pack, with nothing between him and the finish line except 5 laps of the track. The pressure is on the machine. Larry has done his job. Will the machine hold up and do its job? Can this machine, this Arctic cat which started as one man's dream, carry the dream of another? Neither Arctic Cat nor Edgar Hetteen ever set out to build machines to simply win races. Competition was testing, always working to improve the consumer sled. But that is not the goal today. Today the goal is to win this race for Larry Colum, to win for Arctic Cat, and to win the Hetteen Cup for Edgar. Sometimes there's nothing in the world more important